Work is doing good. Work is fun. I enjoy dentistry.
What are you doing outside of work though?
From like
Projects. I mean, like right now you got your lipstick on. I mean, you're in a lot of fun stuff. You're not like
I'm meeting up with the lady who did my lipstick, Raquel Thomas. Hopefully Thanksgiving, and we're gonna look at another project. Working with the Real Ladies of Loudoun County. I'm sure you're familiar with the Facebook group on that. So getting back into some of this fun stuff that I've enjoyed doing over the years, which all relates to cosmetics somehow.
what are you doing with that Facebook group?
They're having the 10-year anniversary, so
Okay.
I definitely want to participate in it with a big bang
Okay,
because I remember when they started it,
Yeah.
I was starting my business, so they've been instrumental in my growing my business. So
My best
can't
friend
believe-
actually founded that group.
Who's your best friend?
Kimmy.
Kimmy, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about it.
Yeah.
I remember like it was 2012 when I started my business, and that had just come about.
Yeah.
I became very involved with it at that time, and then I took a break for a little while. Got busy with, the partners and all that. But now that they're having their 10 years, I was like, you got to celebrate 10 years.
Yeah.
It's a huge
She
milestone.
actually got kicked out of the group. She was one of the founders that got kicked
Really?
out. Yeah. So there was three of them that actually founded it.
Roxy, Kimmy,
Kimmy and Rachel.
and Rachel.
So Rachel and Kimmy both.
I
got
saw Roxy. I
kicked out.
haven't seen Kimmy
She's the one
lately.
that kicked him out.
Was she happy about it? Oh no, she
heck
wasn't
no.
happy about being kicked out, but was she happy about not being in the group anymore?
No.
Too much
It was her
drama.
baby. No, that was her baby.
Her baby.
She grew that baby.
Has she done
and
anything like on?
She has her own that she started, but she put so much love, effort,
She did.
energy.
She did.
Grew
I
that
remember the
from-
beginning years.
Yeah. So
So I've been missing for the last. How long has it been since I joined Hisham and Sana? Since 2020.
I
Yeah.
feel like time is like so hard for me now.
Yeah.
I'll see somebody and they're like, "It's been like 3 years." I'm like, I feel like it's been like 3 months.
Yeah, I know. Time does
Right?
go
It's
fast.
such a weird like.
Yeah.
Even when people ask me how long I've been in business, and I'm like, and I have to start doing the math. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's been like 15 years, really?
Yes. I remember hearing about you and you telling me a little bit about your business and how companies have done something similar to this. And at that time, I was just a really small
Yeah.
one dentist practice and couldn't even imagine, this. But I'm so glad that we're here.
Yeah. No, it's been fun.
Yeah.
In terms of business wise, so you said that you were one person.
Yeah.
Now you're part of something much bigger.
Yes.
Can you please let listeners know, number one, how did you get from here to here and why you made that decision as a businesswoman
Oh, wow. How did I get from
and as a
here?
mother?
And as a mother.
You're a multifaceted person.
Yes. So when I started my business in 2012 at Lowe's Island Dentistry, I think that the hardest thing in a business like dentistry is HR or employees. It is still a technical profession that you have to train team members because then your license is writing on. Like anything that happens wrong with the patient becomes, the dentist's responsibility. So the dentist has a lot of responsibility in training team members. And team members come with a lot of emotional stuff that's going on in their lives and sometimes don't understand the importance of customer service and this, that, and the other. It was a lot being a business owner from that perspective. HR, I wouldn't say it was my strength. So I did struggle with, employees coming and going and coming and going and training and all of that. But I think one of the things that I've always enjoyed is the connection with patients, the relationships that I built over the years. One such relationship was the relationship I had with my friends who are also dentists. I mean, we knew each other growing up. We grew up in dentistry together. In Virginia Beach, we were young associates that worked for another doctor, and we put our all in together in building that practice. We were together for 10 years. Before, the natural thing starts happening. You work with someone for 10 years and you're like, well, maybe I want a little bit of partnership or what's my next part of my journey? How can I grow And that's what slowly brought us to Northern Virginia. My friend, you've met him, Hisham. He moved to Northern Virginia before I did, and then I moved a year after, bought my own practice, and then my third friend, Dr. Barada, Sana Barada, she also joined and bought a practice in Tyson's. We grew up together. Our kids grew up together. We know each other so well. And we know the business too. And we were always friends that helped each other whenever one of us called. But I think the most, like, the point where it became real for me is like when my husband became sick, having to deal with the kids, the hospital. He was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer, taking him to the hospital, the chemo, the radiation, and then still trying to manage a business is like, there's a lot of challenges and there's no forgiveness. And sometimes it's hard. Yeah. Like, after all, you're a human being. That's when, my friends really supported me. And I always knew that, we had this thing that, something happened to one of us, we would take care of each other and our practices, because our practices are kind of like our baby. Yeah. Our whole life. Like, we live and breathe and think about dentistry and the employees that we have and what we can do and our patients. So it's a lot to, not have that support. So I've always had that support with my friends. I think there came a time where we all three have gone through the business, know the business really well. I think as a single dentist, it's hard to negotiate better insurance fees because you don't have the power of numbers. It's harder to negotiate supplies, but then at the same time, employees expect a raise. So that creates a super intense crunch on a private practitioner by themselves because you have to manage it all. Yeah. And I remember times that were tough being a business owner. So when we partner together, we can leverage each other's strengths. And that's what I've really enjoyed about this. Dr. Barakat has his strengths. Dr. Barada has her strengths. I have my strengths. I like marketing. This is what I enjoy. And we get to do the things that we really enjoy and take some of the stuff that we never enjoyed off of our plate.
So in terms of so navigating all of this was a challenge, but you ended up to where now? So you talked a little bit about how we...
So we joined in creating creating a DPN, which is a dental partner network called Guardian Dentistry Partners. We have like-minded dentists that have joined us over the years. And our company has grown specifically in this region to 34 practices that are in Virginia, Richmond, Maryland, DC, and then all over the United States. I think the last time I heard it was 175.
Oh my.
So we're now in Florida. So, I mean, like-minded partners wanting to do the type of dentistry or be, we're all entrepreneurs, but there's reasons why we want to be together. So the company has grown tremendously and super proud of that. So excited.
So it's your company that you helped found, or it's a company in which you are now under? How does that work?
So we helped found it.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Yes.
But I wanted to clarify that.
We helped found it. We were already in the conversation of partnership, the three of us at the same time. We met Danny and Nayan, and they helped with the financial aspect of it. And there were some other dentists in Michigan that were also talking with them, and that's how Guardian Dentistry Partners got founded.
So what is it now that you guys have Guardian? How does that change your individual practice as well as
I think I can focus on being a practice owner. I can be more focused on patient care and providing the best for my patient, as opposed to, oh my gosh, if I say something the certain way that this person's going to quit today. And then, oh my gosh, I can't handle what tomorrow brings because it's hard to hire someone.
Because is that what Guardian focuses on, is everything besides?
Well, they've helped with management, taking some of the stress off of my plate. For example, when I'd lose an employee working on Indeed or putting an ad out on Indeed, you have to go through all the resumes.
Been there, done that.
Exactly. And then you have to call everyone and set the interview, and then half the people show up and half the people don't show up.
Yeah.
And then you're doing that as after you've taken care of patients.
Yeah.
After you've done dinner and you've put the kids to bed, and you're still like in bed trying to go through these resumes and try to figure this out.
Yeah.
And then when you don't have the people come in, that's how it's kind of like helped. There's an HR person now that works for the company. Being together, we can, have someone who has or have someone that's in head of HR who understands the rules and regulations much better than we do. It was like being a single business owner, you had to be the expert on everything.
Yep. Whereas now.
And now there are people I can rely on.
Yeah.
Who can do the research, provide me professional opinion on how to take care of a situation, and then, do the things or support me in the manner that I need to be supported, so that I can focus on what's the most important thing, which is my patients.
Now, what were some of the biggest challenges that you ran into as you guys were founding this Guardian company?
Some of the biggest challenges. There's always challenges. I think trying to get the word out of, that as business owners, we all want a certain level of control.
Yeah.
And it's hard to give up that control. Trying to get the word out and, that you still have control. You can have as much control as you want. Want to still be involved with everything you can. But know that there's somebody there to support you. It was just like, it allowed us to breathe, I think. Because it's so hard to manage everything together. Being a mom, having the kids, dealing with the school notes, HR, employees, patients. So it was a lot. Now it feels a little bit easier.
Good.
Because I feel supported, let's put it that way.
I love it. I'm just like thinking about how you could take this same concept and apply it to different industries.
I think it can be applied to different industries. I think that, there is definitely something to be said when people collaborate together.
Yeah.
And work together for a common good. One always feels supported there. So I think it could be applied to many industries.
Yeah.
But I think the trick is finding like-minded people.
Yeah, you've said that quite a few times, like-minded.
Yes.
And that's important.
Like-minded, I think it is important because I think once you've gone through the struggles of owning a business, I think it's the same challenges in most businesses. You do have that like-mindedness. I think someone who hasn't owned a business may not understand this. But someone who's gone through the struggles, has owned their practice for 10, 15, 20 years, but still enjoys doing dentistry and doesn't want to give it up because they still like the patient care, I would say becomes very like-minded.
I agree. You haven't been on that roller coaster yet. And until you've been on that roller coaster,
Yes.
You don't understand.
Yes. I think when you get out of dental school, it's always the golden dream to have your own practice. I'm going to leave dental school. I'm going to have my own practice. And I think the first 2 years, it's like, you don't know what has hit you.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot, it's not just patient care. I think when you get out of dental school, my daughter has gotten accepted into the VCU dental school program. So when I think about it from her perspective, I definitely want you to be supported by an organization that allows you to focus on the dentistry and get better at that before you go into trying to manage other things.
Yeah, smart. Good advice from Mama.
Yeah. Well, let's see if she takes
it.
Because you don't know what the younger kids are thinking these days.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they are a lot smarter than,
Yes.
or they see things differently, right? So,
Yeah, she's seen me. I mean, she's grown up in dentistry. She's seen me struggle with the practice at times. She's at times when I didn't have an employee to hold the suction, she's had to hold
been
the
there.
suction for me. She had to be my dental assistant. And at times she's had to answer phone calls and learned customer service by answering the phone calls.
So she's already trained.
She knows a lot about the business, I think, the business aspect of it.
That's funny.
She needs to learn about the dentistry aspect of it, which is, like, I'm really proud of her because she, after, like, since she was 13 years old, has been in the practice. She knows every aspect of it, so it's not like she's going into this blind. She knows that she wants to do
complains
this.
about anything, it's like,
I was like,
saw
you
that 10 years
exactly. You
ago.
saw me do that many years ago. Now it's your turn.
That's right.
I mean, show me what you can do differently.
That's right.
So I'm going to enjoy that.
That is such a amazing thing for you to witness as a mom and as a business owner, to see her kind of follow a similar path,
Yeah.
right?
Sometimes I think maybe I did do something right that she thinks it's good. And sometimes I think, well, maybe I didn't show her enough.
We'll stick to the first one.
Exactly. We'll stick with the first one. Maybe I did something right.
Where do you see everything headed in the next 10, 20 years, specifically for you, your practice, and Guardian?
I see great things in the future. I see a lot of collaboration. I see the business growing. I see that I can focus on the things that I really, really enjoy, and really, like, be me. So I think that I'm super excited about the future. Before coming here, we were just talking about the Christmas party. We're trying to do a big Christmas party for all of the team members. It definitely is part of our culture. So seeing everyone together, like, I might not know everyone's names amongst all the practices, but getting everyone together, connecting at a Christmas party, being able to enjoy a meal together, it just feels humbling.
Yeah. To see how you went from here to building a big community.
Yes, and it's a community. We all support each other. Very humbled. Very, 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 very blessed.
That's amazing. Now, what do you do outside of work?
Aside from the kids.
Well, the kids are older,
Yes.
so you could include the kids with that.
Well, I mean, these days, I think for trying to guide the kids. My son has just graduated from college, looking into psychiatry or psychology programs. So going through personal statements, how to be a young worker in today's community. He shares things from his perspective of, like, well, this happened at work today. I try to share things from a business owner's perspective and, like, try to look at it from the other angle.
Yeah.
So it's nice having him home. And then, my daughter's off to college, and then the high schooler is also going through SAT preps. So these days I'm just being mommy, shuffling the children to SAT prep. Sometimes it's C2, sometimes it's mathnasium, that kind of stuff. But enjoyment aside from that, I'm very crafty. I like craft. Anything to do with creating something is what I enjoy doing.
That's why you like marketing so much.
That's why I like marketing so much. Absolutely. So I work on projects around the house, creating, like, whether it be paintings. I enjoy painting. I enjoy sewing. So those are the kind of hobbies that I have at home.
What are you sewing? Like, what are some things that you sew?
Actually, I am working on Christmas gifts for the kids.
Okay. Not knitting, not
knitting,
okay.
sewing machine, proper sewing machine. My daughter loves fluffy, like, what are those, pajamas?
Yeah.
And
you
every
get the cool
pajama that
prints.
I've seen doesn't have pockets. I'm like, how can you not have pockets? I mean, you're lounging around in the house. You need
put your
pockets.
phone
You
in
have
there,
the kids are not going to let the phone
candy in
go.
there, yeah.
Exactly. So this year I got it into my head that I was going to make her those fluffy pants with pockets and put some, like, nice trim and stuff like that. So I'm working on that for her for Christmas. That's
tell her.
actually the project that is in my sewing machine these days.
Oh, that's so fun. In terms of just wrapping this up, what's one message that you would give to the world right now?
Be positive. and be yourself. God works in mysterious ways. Behind every struggle, there is something that good that will come out of it. So just be positive.
Where does that come from?
I mean, like sometimes when you are going through a struggle, one feels like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get through this. I've been there. Sometimes, being a business owner, you feel the weight of like what you see is happening, whether it be that you don't have someone in the practice, that a key person has decided to move into a different direction and you don't know how you're going to manage it. And sometimes it's hard to find the right person. So at those times, I felt like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. This is tough. But staying positive has been huge. My husband's a psychiatrist. You've met him. He's always talked about staying positive, and God doesn't give you any more than you can't handle. So if you're going through something, probably is something that God believes you can handle. So, I mean, those are the things that have like colored my past and will continue to color my future. I love the positivity. Maybe I get it from my husband. I don't know. He's always, putting those kind of stuff in my brain.
I like the colors you picked too. They're pretty.
Thank you. Thank you
so much for being on the podcast.
Thank
and sharing your
you.
words of wisdom and pieces of your journey so far.
Thank you.